Oh, this is dirty. Turn it up. What is a garage?
What is that, garage?
I've changed the angle a little bit. Yeah. Footy. Yeah. Yeah. Flip the pitch. Danny. Yeah. RuMayoNation, season 3, episode 9. Yeah. I'm aware it's gone quite Trump early. But actually, that's not what it's supposed to be. But we'll get to it after the titles. Flip the titles. Yeah. Yeah, it weren't supposed to be Donald J. Trump. Is his middle name something beginning with a J? Dunno. Or was it Homer Simpson? Easily interchangeable. Not here for the politics. Yeah. Viva la España. That's why I've gone for the orange, sort of Spanish colours, I guess, who won the World Cup yesterday. As for Argentina, still good news about the Falklands. Yeah. Oh, it was good. Football won that day, as people say, because... And do you know what? I can't even knock it as an Arsenal fan. You win how you need to win. And we did it last year. I don't know if we mentioned it. The World Cup final was okay. You know, made better by the fact that it secured me on top spot of this Abue Cup prediction league I was in. Shout out to Brad for running it because he's immensely good at all things that don't really matter. Juan. But yeah, I won. Okay? I won. 200 smackers in the pocket. Yeah? Kind of smart, kind of know what the fuck I'm talking about. Alright? People in there, like, do you know, it's one of the ones where it's an atrocity. It's a full Didier Drogba. It's a fucking disgrace.
Man there trying to stop Drogba getting himself into further trouble.
It's a fucking disgrace.
You know when you get one of them ones there where, like, they don't follow football at all and they'll pull out fucking Spain in sweepstake. Do you know what I mean? They're like, is that good? Is that good? Oh yeah, it's better than me. You've got fucking like Carabag and me. I was footing.
Not suiting.
But yeah, it's doing the thing with the playhead where it's not going along. Yeah. Do I resync it? I resync it.
Press Alt and F4. Boom, boom. You prick.
You know what? You know the ones? Oh, is that good? Oh, right. Makes me want to kick a fat kid in Kmart. Oh man, it is just. Oh man. It is just well annoying. Like, you'll know what I mean. It's like doing, I don't know. It's like doing world's biggest twat sweepstake and someone pulls Piers Morgan, like, who's just don't know who he is. Is that good? Yeah. But yeah, a few of them in that group you could tell still, because like the Argentina-Spain final, I don't know if they're just giving up because they were like mid-table and knew it was just like no point. But you got people in there being like 4-0 Argentina. And it's well, obviously not. Spain have conceded 1 goal all tournament. Do you think this Argentina side are the ones that are going to basically pump 4 more into them? Probably not. But I'd say more ridiculous than that is people being like, I think it'd be 4-0 Spain, and then saying it'll be below 3.5 cards. So you think there's a world in which Argentina are getting their pants pulled down in the World Cup final 4-0, and they're not getting at least 4 players booked? Like, they would be kicking the ever-loving shit out of those Spaniards. They already were. They already got the cards despite being 0-0. They've got, like, what, 4 or 5 yellows and a red? While it was still 0-0. Yeah, so I won. Whatever, you know. Doesn't matter. No apologies necessary. Let's get with the quiz. But, yeah, you know, just money. And I need it, to be fair, because the gigs get pulled in August. Yeah, because just the summer's a nightmare to do gigs. I've got some drink because I am on the Elvance. I'm on 50 mug today, so debuting, going up from 30 to 50. And I have to say, I must say that, let's have this first. It's Fanta Dark Cherry flavour, and no, I'm not having it. No, I'm not having this.
No, I'm not having this.
What?
No. And I'll tell you for why. Because it's got... do you know what? Let's live a little. On my Bang Bang chart, because it's not a 0. And in this can right here... Oh, no, fuck that. This is heavy calories. Just 1 calorie. Not even enough. I'm going to pop it back in the fridge. Okay? We're on the agua, baby, and I'll tell you for why. Because I can't be doing a zero monster. Can't bang monsters anymore because I'm married. But that's like fucking 56 calories per 100 meals, bruv. Danny, Scott. So there's 333 each and that, or 330 meal while sitting. You know, carry the 6. That's like 200 calories. Calories just whopped out on the bang bang chart spread like whops. No. So I stick my agua, por favor, and I can't do, zero monsters because I've just had the old amphetamines going in. And it won't be a fair test. And we know from my school report, I'm all about fair tests. We'll get to some of that later. Get this crapola tomorrow.
We'll start on this crapola tomorrow.
So yeah, it's just the agua with the electrolytes in there. Yeah, it's going to be, I think the podcast vibe is going to change slightly, not just because of the meds, but because of the summer holidays. I'm recording at a slightly different time than normal, and there's people about, although they have gone out, so that's less of an excuse. You know, just knowing at any point there are children in the house when they'd otherwise be at school, which really throws me off my game. The Elvants, I think, again, allowing room for psychosomaticisms and the placebo effect and shit. I found myself a lot calmer, I think. Like, not on, again, it's not going to come across when I'm recording because I don't really want to be calm when I'm recording either. Like, I don't want my performance affected pod, stage, other. I want my time before that to be improved, my ability to plan, prepare, work, you know, that sort of shit. That's the effect I want to have. And I felt calmer, less quick to like frustration, irritation, anger. But the main thing, and I've just done a video about this on my TikTok actually, but it's not posted yet, but it will be by the time this comes out, probably, don't know, never know of me. I'm getting a lot better at ordering things. And like I said in the video, you know, bit of fun. Not buying stuff online. Order! But like, you know, the whole PayPal paying 3 things, which is, you know, game changing, but also damaging to my financial decisions. Because it is one of them ones, isn't it, where you're like, 60 quid. Shouldn't really, not for 60 quid. PayPal paying 3's like, 3 each is like, what if it was only 20 quid? Oh, that's good, that. And then like 20 quid again, then 20 quid again. But that's still 60 quid. Yeah, well, kind of. It's 20, isn't it? Yeah, but it's 60 overall. Yeah, but, you know, it's not more than 60. By Jove, you're right. Clicks buy. And then 2 months later, you get that thing where it's like, your PayPal paying 3 is due to come out. You're like, what? And then you go, 20 quid for what? Oh, that thing I absolutely didn't need 2 months ago. You still don't need to this day.
To this day.
But no, better at like putting things in order. For example, for say, locked ourselves out of our house. And it was like, and again, note on the frustration, because my initial reaction would be, put your head through a window. Hey, presto, you're in the house. But then I was like, no, like, come on, we can work this out. Couldn't get, because there's a key in the front doors when I'm on to be like, it's a fake handle outside. Once the door shuts, you need a key to get in. But there's a key in the other side, so you can't put that key in there. Bones. And then, so that's stuck. Back door's locked with my key in it. Yeah, because I did similar to myself a few days before, but because it was just me in, I had my back door key. So it weren't in the back door. So then I was able to go around. That's not even an I was able to reach around. And then, you know, bones. But couldn't do that because mine was in there because I was with my wife. So then I'm like, okay, I'm scouting out the windows. Good band name, Scouting the Windows. And there's ones that are open above my car. And I'm like, I can't get, my car's not tall enough because it's like a car. My house is like it's a weird shape. It's like Nara, and then it goes up, then it bows across, like in straight lines. It's not like warped, but like it's kind of like 3 stories, but the top 2 are like double the width of the bottom. But it's worked because it's held up by the other one, like a house of cards. All right, which I don't think you describe it as in the insurance because you never get your building insured. Fine. But like, so there's like a carport underneath. And like the windows under my car that I can't budge. And I'll tell you for why, because I don't have my car keys that are in the house, obviously, and my wife's car's in the way. Now she can move her car, fine. But how are we going to move my car? So that means a ladder, Richard's kind of. And then like, we can maybe get the ladder in that bit, and then you can like open the window and like kind of climb around. And I'm like, it doesn't feel like that's going to result in anything other than me becoming like the glass that had the bumblebee in it, where it's going to fly through my windscreen. I'm just going to go whoop smash, and then we're locked out of the house. And I mean, I'm in my car, which is a positive, but I've gone through the windscreen, which is a negative. It's like, nah, that just doesn't work, I don't think. Then I'm like, we do need a ladder though for sure. Foul shall. Don't have a ladder, right? Because ours is like integrated into the loft. But we did have a ladder and we left it for the person that we moved out. They moved in. I was like, hey, do you want a ladder? We don't need it. But then that's what my brain went, right, rather than putting your head through a window or falling through your own windscreen, how about we go for, you know, a 3-month installment idea where you can, because my brain normally in that situation would be like, I cannot do anything else until I'm in that fucking house. Whereas my brain went, no, right, you need to go and do some stuff anyway. The house is secured because it's locked. You can't get in. No one can get in. While you go to do those things, message the guy you left that ladder with who lives nearby because we didn't move far. That gives the time for him to reply, you know, yeah, sure, that arrange the collection of the ladder, come back with the ladder. There's a front window open, like a little narrow one. For sure the window could, I could reach with the ladder, Jeff Hardy style, and then, like full twist of fate and shit. Get in, twist of fate the dog, and then go downstairs, and then Bob's your uncle. And I'm like, okay, cool, we'll do that then. But then I was like, oh shit, just make sure that you've locked the other back door, because I unlocked that one. See if I could, maybe it's like a double door at the back. But then when I was in there, I was like, you didn't even try and see if you could like push that key a little bit on the inside of the back door and get it to turn. Gave it a little try, and then the key turned inside the house as well. Boom, we were in.
What were you worried about?
And then I was like the Masked Magician. Good show, by the way. We discussed it earlier in the pod, maybe last season. I then went out the front door. Em's like just there on her phone, just obviously like, for fuck's sake, what the fuck are we going to do? And I'm just stood there like this. Like I've just done like a Harry Houdini escape, like. And I've got a lot of time to adjust, and she's just not looking. I don't want to make a noise and stuff. And then people walk past behind me on the path, and I'm probably like, what the fuck is that guy doing? But I'm like standing like this for the big reveal. And then she turns around, finally, but took too long. Yeah. And then she's like, not as impressed. I don't think it registered. Oh, you're there. And then even when it then dawned on her, she didn't kind of go like, oh my God, my hero. She just kind of went, oh, how'd you do that then? And I was like, oh, I just could turn the lock from outside. I'd unfold my arms now. Good news about the windscreen. But yeah, I was able to lock, do you know what I mean? Not get too pissed off and work out a way of actually fixing the situation. But I did lock myself out my own home. So again, there's counterpoints to the medication. Fine. AI, by the way, I tried to touch base with him the next day to show the lads what it was like. And I was saying, oh, you still sulking? Sort of thing. And he was still sort of like, no. I was like, do you think you'd be maybe a little bit of a sulky bitch yesterday? And do you know what he replied? He went, maybe it was you that was being a sulky bitch? How about this? We don't want to talk to you anymore. Why don't you fuck off then? You go. You fuck? How can you slap? Why are we doing this? Maybe it's because you don't want to talk to you, actually. That's it, yeah. Maybe it was you that was a sulky bitch. You go.
We don't want to talk with you, actually.
Why don't you go and off then?
You go. How can you slap? How can you slap?
Stupid. Spoke about loads of things I want to speak about 30 minutes in. Yeah. We'll get to Tarantula Cox next week. Gig went well. Had a gig, didn't I? I mentioned the gig. Did I mention the gig? Yeah, Alfie Brown was closing. He's doing like a work in progress. And yeah, do you know, I was happy with my MC work. As I say, normally you go on and you eat your own dick for 2-3 minutes. And I went, do you know what? That being the case, why don't you go out and not try to be funny for the first 2-3 minutes? Just go out and talk to them. So there was a stall on there because I thought Alfie might want to have like a notepad if he's working through some stuff. And as I was chatting to him, I just sat down. Just sat down on the stool, had a bit of a chat, just like, you know, how you doing? Thank you for coming out. Didn't try to be funny at all. I noticed they relaxed a lot more. Also, I relaxed a lot more because I weren't kind of thinking, oh shit, no one's laughed. So, well, you know, obviously, you've not tried to be funny. Then they giggled at something stupid I said. I can't remember what it was. And then in I went, tried some new stuff out, got over quite nicely. I picked my cheerleader in the room to get the claps and cheers going around the room. It was called John. I tried to do the whole like symbol of J-O. I was trying to think what to do for H, and then the woman in the crowd went, H. Yeah, I know how to fucking spell it, dickhead. I don't know how to do it with my body. And I went to Wolfden, school I went to, notorious being shit. But I'm not that fucking stupid. There you go, nice little, you know. And then did the end, nearly went a bit salute-y, which was, you know, a risk. Then got on Rachel Krieger. She had a lovely time. And then, yeah. Came on in the second half again. I just went, right, same again. Just reset the room. Just chill out. Did the same again. Alfie came on. Did a really good job. Nice evening. It weren't packed out, but there was enough people in there. And those who were in there were really, like, nice. Except for one person apparently was chatting all through the first half. Someone went and complained to the sound guy. When I went to chat to him at half time, they were like, oh, we had one person come over and complain. And I was like, oh, God, what the fuck about? There was a person in the crowd that was, like, just chatting the whole way through. I was, oh, good. So not a me issue then. But, you know, as the MC, I should have been dealing with that. I didn't notice. Like I said at the time, I'm very much the supply teacher approach. Unless there's fire or murder, my head's on the desk. Sir, what? Such and such is doing this. Is there a fire? No. Has he killed anyone? No. Are either of those things likely to change with what you're about to report? Probably not. Shut up then. I've got a headache and the runs.
And I got a headache and the runs.
But yeah, it was a good gig in the end. And yeah, happy days, mate. Happy fucking days. Everyone feels better in the house as well, by the way. The sickness bug, down with the sickness. And there was one bit I did omit about my reaction to being ill. Obviously, yes, I do like to annoy my wife. Yes, I do like to tell her to engage with the literature. Yes, I do get AI involved and get into an argument that takes up half the podcast. Fine. But another thing I always do is I say that Sydney Sweeney would care more than you. And she loves that. That really just helps move things along in a pleasant manner. Sydney Sweeney would look after me. She'd be like, hey, do you want to watch some Vietnam documentaries? Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, then I was on my Instagram, and then there was the one where Sydney Sweeney's doing a little lie detector test with matey girl who was in The Housemaid with her. Oh, come on, man. We know her name. Amanda Seyfried. I don't know how you say her name. Bessinger, Basinger, why? What? And then there's what's on their FYP, what's the algo chucking up? And she was like, if it's my one, then it's like history videos and crafts. I'm like, okay, we can allow the crafts. You go to a haberdashery, go ahead. But like history, she literally would have just sat there watching Vietnam documentaries with me. Okay? So, you know, just another reason why we should be together, not to go full. Is it Drew Barrymore that has that person come up and he's like, you know who I am and we have to talk? That's fucked up, that video, man. Oh, that is fucked up. Oh, do you know what? Should we do some vid in vid? Weren't planned. Nah, why would it be? Vid in vid's a fucking faff to edit. Got lots of time anyway. Insert here. I've done to save you doing a. I think it's Drew Barrymore. The guy's like a stalker. And he like tries to storm the stage. Yeah. Hey, footy. Yeah. Stalker. Yeah. Right, let's get the video.
Sell people. Oh my God! Yes. Hi.
I'm Chad Michael Busto. You know who I am.
Okay, so first of all, Chad Michael Brewster, whatever the fuck your name is. If you have to say your full name, including middle names, maybe they don't know who you are. I'm Chad Michael Brewster. You know who I am.
I just wound up my own dick.
Then Chad might have done it. You know? I'm Chad Michael Brewster. I went to school with you. I had brown hair back then, but yes, I'm bald now. I used to like eating fucking tofu, and I drank exclusively Panda Pops. I think I was in your geography lesson. My mum was called Karen. You might remember I always wore these brown shoes, but they're a bit cheap. And one of the labels that said shoebox on it was the wrong way round, or it was like a misprint. But I think my mum got 10% off. You know who I am. Why so much detail, Chad Michaels Brewster, whatever the fuck your name is? I'm Chad Michael Brewster. You know who I am. At least let me like hi first, and I say hi to her.
And I say hi to her.
I need to see you at some point while I'm here in New York City. Okay?
Here, take this. Oh, that was.
I need to see you at some point. I'm Chad Michael Brewster.
Hi everyone. Sorry.
I'm Chad Michael Brewster. I would argue that Phantom Menace is actually the best film in the Star Wars series. By the way, they get so cross when you say that, Star Wars fans. Phantom Menace is the best one. And do you know what the kicker is to really like put the knife in? When they go, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
You say, well, because I think it's because that was what I watched when I was a child. And as they are films for children, that one just resonated with me most. And that will just get them so cross.
About that, just give us 1 minute. Thank you.
Renee Rapp just tried her best. She's returned though. She rides it.
By the way, just to be clear, the second they were like, okay, we're good. They're like, hey, like, do you need anything? Do you need us to say? She was like, oh, no, I got it. I'm good. Hard.
Did she just call her Haley? I'm so confused. She's hugging her.
You are my Kevin Costner.
I'll be that.
What? I don't get the reference at all. You are my Kevin Costner. Do we have time? I don't know. I'm Chad Michael Brewster. You know who I am. And I need to see you. Fucking hell. People are fucking deranged, man, innit? And do you know what? Like, no disrespect to Drew Barrymore, who seems like a really fun, lovely person. She even reacts quite nicely at the beginning. Probably because she knows full well who he is. But, like, you know? how long before Sydney Sweeney's doing like a guest talk with Renee Rapp, and I'm like, I'm Dan Jemima Mayo, you know who I am. My middle name's not Jemima, but you're not getting that, okay? I'm Chad Michael Brewster. 555. Yeah. Why the fuck did he come up, by the way? I don't know, man. I think it was Sydney Sweeney to start with. And it's quite nice because we're going to go on to talk about the film Obsession. So we watched Obsession. And, yeah, do you know what? You know when there's films that get like a bit of hype, and I caught it catching a bit of hype, and normally my instinct is to be like, nah. I just won't. Do you know what I mean? Because it's kind of just like, no, I'm alright, actually. And we'll get to Bill and Ben in a bit, but fuck me, they need to shut them out about fucking Backrooms, whatever it's called. For some reason, and we'll get to it now, they're just obsessed with the idea of Backrooms. Oh, have you seen Backrooms yet? Have you watched it yet? I'm like, nah. I can't find a decent quality version right now. I'm not going to the cinema to watch it because of all the aforementioned issues with cinemas, people bringing in crisps in a fucking clear bag and shit. No, have you seen it yet? Can we watch what you do? I'm like, what's your fucking obsession with Backrooms? Oh, it's really good. All our mates to watch it. I'm like, right, okay, stop. No, they haven't. Yeah, no, they have. All your mates have watched it, have they? Yeah. How? Because I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong here, this could be egg on my face. I'm pretty sure it's like a 15. 15! I'm pretty sure your mum can't still be buying your trousers. Yeah, it's a 15. 15! Your mates are all 12. So... And I know you can watch it on different things. I'm like, yeah, but do you really think that, like, your mates' parents have all gone, oh, yeah. Not that they won't let them watch it, because I don't think it's even supposed to be that bad. But, like, do you, like, this obsession with it, I'm like, what it is you've seen some clips on YouTube Reels that you shouldn't be watching because you're not supposed to be on YouTube, because it's full of brain rot shite. Your mates have done the same. You've all decided this could be the best film in the world. And now you won't shut the fuck up about it. And then I went on IMDb, I just realised the screen is too, it's got me the right way around, which always throws me off. And then you've decided it's the best thing fucking ever, and all your mates have as well. But I guarantee none of your mates have actually sat there and properly watched it for an hour and 50 minutes. Just like how you have all this fucking information about films that you've never seen, because you've watched the main fucking bits of it on YouTube Reels or whatever the fuck you watch them on. And your mates would have done the same. These are your mates that can't watch 90 minutes of a football game for a team they're supposed to support. You're telling me they've said, oh, no, I really watched that art house film. That A24 film, Backrooms? Yeah, no, yes, you know, I love a bit of art house. Like, fuck off. Stop believing the hype, which is my usual line, which is what I was normally going to, which is what I'd normally be like with Obsession. But I didn't this time. I also went on IMDb yesterday. I was like, it's got a 6.9, lads. It's not even that good.
You don't even look good while you're singing.
Yeah, no, that's still like... I was like, that's like finishing, I don't know, 7th or 8th in the league. No, it's more like finishing top 4. No, because there's 20 teams in the league. So if it was top 4, that'd be 7.5 and above, wouldn't it? This is where we're at with Ben at the minute, though. He thinks he's so fucking slick with it. Like, he's getting to that point of a teenager where, like... They're trying to have, like, verbal jousts with you, which is fine, but they ain't really got anything to bring. So they just come across as pedants, and you just want to smack them in the fucking head. Like, that's the problem. Like, yesterday when they were cooking eggs, and I was like, it was about to scoop the egg from the frying pan to the plate, but the plate was about a metric mile away. So I was like, well, take the pan to the plate or the plate to the pan rather than dragging the eggs across no man's land. And he's like, it's not no man's land. I'm like, what? It's not no man's land. I'm like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
He's like, well, it's not no man's land. That was in the water. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, just shut the fuck up. I could go on to explain an allegory or a metaphor, but you could just shut the fuck up. But that's where we're at with him, and I do think at some point it's going to be a mate. Being a pedantic twat is only funny if you have the intellect to make it funny. You just deliberately misunderstanding metaphor or simile or anything like that to just like try and put a jab in, it's just going to get really jarring really fucking quickly. So maybe, how about we don't, ladies and gentlemen, Ben, we don't. Okay? And also, because I have the nuclear codes, I can make you cry just with verbals. Okay? For many reasons I won't go into on here, but I have the nuclear codes, okay? But we won't go there. But yeah. Well, what do you mean? I was like, well, yeah, but that's only because it's only just come out. That's why the rating's that way. I'm like, well, more people watch it when the hype is there, then it will peter off how many people watch it later on. No. Yes. Obviously, yes. Do you think it's more likely that more people or less people will watch it when it's being hyped up and being talked about by everybody? Or do you think it's more or less likely they would watch it when everyone's shut the fuck up about it? Where are more people likely to find themselves watching it? When it's being hyped to the moon or when nobody gives a fuck anymore? Now, I'm that category, but I'm the exception because I'm a pedantic dickhead. But I've got the wit to make it funny. Bones.
Bones.
But yeah, we watched Obsession. And we want to watch Backrooms, by the way. Can we watch it with you when you do? No! Because you'll ask loads of stupid fucking questions. And by the way, they've watched everything on Netflix. But ask them anything about the things on Netflix, they couldn't tell you. Because kids nowadays watching it, as we know, is this. Oh, no, Adam Sandler film. Where he's going to be inexplicably really attractive to lots of attractive women, and he's got to pick which one he wants most, because that's how that scenario would work. Brooklyn Decker or Jennifer Aniston. I just can't decide as Adam Sandler. But click, watch. Explosion. Loud noises. Loud noises! Something flashes on the screen. You're not watching it. And that's why Stranger Things went so shit. And that's why it was always like, so what's going to happen now is, oi, dickhead, get off rails. We're going to go to the upside down. You're still not paying attention. Right, use names. Johnny McJumbos, you're going to do this. Betty McBoo, don't know their fucking names, can't remember. You've not watched it, but we watched Obsession, is what I was actually going to get to. And it's good, to be fair. It's like, I heard it get spoke about on a podcast, and it was getting described as Girlfriend Simulator. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I could resonate with some of this. I didn't realise there was like a supernatural element to it. So again, there won't be spoilers here, you're fine. But the guy buys a magical thing, makes a wish, and you need to get a bit of advice. I can't talk about it. It's not like a gagging order. I'm not Jonathan Ross. This isn't like an actual film review show. He buys this magic stick thing. He wishes this girl will fall in love with him that he's in love with more than she'd love anything or anyone else. Snap. And then it comes true. Basically, it's kind of like Liar Liar, where they make an arbitrary wish and then it happens with, you know, not comical effect in this occasion, but like she turns full fucking psycho. And what I did was, my own little fun game was weighing out and working out with a graph the whole Barney Stinson, like, hot versus crazy scale, where you then go, okay, because she is obviously hot, right? Of course she is. And then you go, okay, how much do I tolerate of crazy because she's hot? And then as things are happening, I'm like, I'm still fine with this so far. You know, rough with the smooth. Like, she's there just watching him sleep. He goes to sleep. She's like, no! I'm like, yeah, but you know, like, it's cute. She wants to cuddle. And we've got a Super King bed. And if I put a fingertip on you in the middle of the night, you're like, get off. So, you know, maybe she's loving and affectionate and quite hot. And she's in a bra right now, which is definitely, you know, helping her case. Okay, she just stood there and waited for him to get home. That's fine. Yeah, she shot herself. Yeah. But, you know, she's got a cute little smile. Look at, like, you know, she's just... And then, yeah, it gets to the point you go, okay, this is just indefensible. All right, fair enough. Yeah, that might be a bit too... She's not hot enough to cover this. If Sydney Sweeney was lead role...
You know who I am.
This is amateur shit. I'm like, you know? I didn't want to use that gaffer tape for anything else other than to barricade the door, so thanks. There are a few plot holes in it, I'd suggest. That it kind of... Yeah. Where, like, just because you're... Like, you love someone, surely loving them would also mean being... the best you can be for them. But yeah. And also got a bit silly at one point where, like, he's trying to convince his mate to and that's always the thing with films that fucks me off the most, when it's like, how many times would a film get solved? And that's why obviously they don't do it. Yes, eyes are closed, this is important. How many times would a film get solved if the person was to just go down the line of saying, look, I know this sounds fucking insane, but this has happened and it's meant that this has happened. Like, you might have noticed this. Do you remember this? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like part of this, and I know it sounds fucking crazy, but seriously, like, this has happened. This is happening. But they can't have that really. And eventually he does in the film, to be fair, but then the guys come to like, oh yeah, bullshit, and then, yeah. And then I thought, what, so no one else has done that same bullshit wish that guy does and had it come true and gone, oh fuck, these are real. I feel like they might have found its way to trending on Twitter at some point, you know? These magic sticks, the love doctor actually worked. But the film was good. Apparently it's like a really low budget, like £750,000 or dollars, whatever the fuck, which apparently is a low budget. That does make sense, but it's, yeah, that's cool. I think it's a good film. Then when I read that, I was like, it does make sense. There weren't like loads of locations and shit. Obviously unknown actors, I didn't recognise any of them. I do think the girl that played the mental obsessed one, I think she'll probably kick on now. You can tell she's a good actor. Do you know what I mean? Actress, if you're allowed to say that. I don't know. But yeah, I feel it was good. Enjoyed it. Easy. Hour and 50. Didn't outstay its welcome. Probably could have been an hour 40, but they always can nowadays. Yeah, I think overall pretty decent. 4 out of 6. Yeah, Bang Bang chart's going okay, by the way. I'm still in. Again, summer holidays, that's going to be a potential risk. This medication is suppressing my appetite somewhat. I'm trying my best to hit my protein still. It has made me lose quite a lot of weight quite quickly. I've dropped like 3 pounds this week, which is, not ideal because there's no way that can all be fat. So I just need to keep on top of that. But I'm currently like 16 pounds down. And genuinely, I think I need to lose like another stone. And people will look at it then and go, no, you don't. And my mother-in-law did it. And like, you do. I was watching a lot. It's come up on my algorithm quite a lot recently, actually. Like, you need to lose more weight than you think you do to get like lean. And I don't want a 6-pack. I don't fucking care. Like, I don't care. I just want to get rid of like any of the sort of like overhang muffin top shit has to go.
It's time to go!
And I reckon there is about a stone's worth to go. And I think most people get to a point where they don't hate themselves anymore. And then when you then get to that point, you want to go beyond that, which is what I want to do. I want to go beyond the, oh no, I can't stand myself. I'm past that now. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm okay with how I am, but I'm not really happy with how I am. And I think that's another stone-ish. That's an arbitrary number. If I'm happy before that, I'd stop. But like, take my wife, for example. She would always say to me, oh, I just want to be 9'6". When I'm 9'6", I just want to be 9'6". I just want to be 9'6". And recently I've noticed, well, not I've noticed along, but like, she is definitely lighter than 9'6" now. Because she's like looking really slim. Like, so I'm like, no, so how much do you weigh right now? She's like, I don't know, about 8'6".
Yeah, in your bra.
So you're the perfect example of what I'm saying. Because you can tell she's happy with herself now because she's buying clothes that I think you'd only buy yourself if you were happy with how you looked. Like summer dress stuff's quite like tucked in and fitted and stuff. And she's quite short, by the way. She's not like 6'4" and 8 stone 6. Just so we're all clear. But like, she was not, I just want to be 9'6". When I'm 9'6", I'll be happy. I just want to get to 9'6". She want to get back down to 9'6", because 9'6" was like a sort of floating walking weight as an adult. And then she was like obviously 9'6", but then still weren't happy with herself. Like, weren't looking in the mirror going, oh God, but weren't looking in the mirror going, oh, I'm gonna buy nice clothes to make the most of how I look, kind of thing. And then lost another stone. Not, and it took her a while. That last stone's gonna be stubborn and take that bit longer. But I'm cool with that because the way I'm doing it's not that difficult. I've kind of just got into a groove with it. So, but yeah, I'm still clean, still on it. I was at the gym the other day. There was a funny moment. This woman came in, this old lady. It's like a retirement village. Not to work out or whatever, because if she was there to work out, she would have definitely turned the heating on. Which is what they always do, and it fucking kills me. But she was like, do either of you have a blue... I was like, sorry, what was that? Do any of you have a blue Skoda? It's me and this, like, I think it's a sort of an Eastern European lad, probably about my age. I'm like, no. And he was like, no.
And not in a racist way.
It's like, okay, just because they've parked in a way that's, like, not ideal, we'd need them to move the car. And that's happened in the past. The car's taken up 2 spaces on the piss. And by the way, I'm going to suggest the bad parking in that retirement village car park probably isn't being perpetrated by people roughly my age, because I see some of the parking and fuck me. But the way this blue car's parked, it's literally, so there's like these double doors to get into the main building. It is just parked like as in like a taxi would to quickly pick someone up. It is just parked right outside the double doors. And I'm like, that's baller. But if that was one of us, do you think that you coming in and going, oh, I don't think you should park there, is going to make a blind bit of fucking difference? If you've got the huevos to be like, I'm parking my car right outside the automatic double doors entrance, like where the ambulances go to a hospital, and probably do go there quite a lot, obviously. Do you really think you go in and go, oh, I don't think it's right? Oh, fuck off, love. You just carry on, do you know what I mean? Like, clearly you don't give a fuck. But yeah, no, weren't us. I walked that day, okay, to get my steps in. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang!
I have looked at walking mats, but I just felt like it was going to be too loud and discourage me from reading. Oh, Gene. Although, to be fair, I could do with being discouraged from reading because the last book I read was fucking shit. Bret Easton Ellis, Less Than Zero. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. What a bag of shit that was. He wrote American Psycho. He went on to write American Psycho. And I think that is why people look at this work and go, oh, yeah, did you think about it? If you look at it from this certain angle, it's shit, mate. Can you believe he was so young when he wrote this? Yeah, because it's literally like a sixth former telling me a boring story. And then this happened, and then this happened, and they were wearing that, and then I did this. I just went and started saying, yeah, I can't lie. Like, obviously, like, you know, I was like well hungry, like I can't lie, so like I had them chips. Like it was literally like that, but whatever the fucking 1980s American 19-year-old equivalent would be. It's fucking interminable, and I get the idea. The sort of prose is it's a like a vacuous, nihilistic existence these kids are living where they can't, you know, nothing sparks or peaks their excitement because they're rich and they live into excess, and I get it. But if you can't be fucked telling me, why the fuck should I be arsed listening? So boring.
Boring!
And then out of nowhere, she's like, oh, by the way, also they just like all took turns raping this 12-year-old, and yeah, and he turns out is a gay prostitute. Okay, cool. I don't give a fuck because this it's so boring. It's only like 200 pages and I'm stubborn, so I finished it. But what a pile of shit.
What a pile of shit.
I might go on to, I don't know, I'm in the... Yeah, and by the way, by put me off reading, when I read, I walk, I pace. And if I can walk on a walk pad and stay still, then I can just watch telly or play video games. So it might discourage me from reading to get a walking pad. So I'm tempted to go into like a bit of a big fantasy one. Like, I've heard Mistborn's good. Red Rising, but apparently the first book's a bit dry, maybe too dry.
Really too dry.
But then I don't know if I just maybe go that for a listen one. I did have a Vietnam book teed up, but I don't know. I've kind of like I dipped into Vietnam, but I was where the hell Let Loose Vietnam's coming out in like August, like mid-August. So I'm kind of holding off. Maybe I'll go all in then. Do I do it all another sort of popcorn read? I know that was it Gillian something or other, the one who wrote Gone Girl. She has one called Dark Places, which is supposed to be quite good. So there's a couple, but yeah, I don't know. When you go into like a fantasy one, you've got to really jump into like the lore, like the world has to be built for you, and that's, you know, that can be really good and satisfying. But if you're not in the right headspace and you're not paying attention, you're gonna feel like you're just having the whole book being, you know, you're just playing catch up the whole time. Like, what? Who's that? And Mia Watersutin. But I'm enjoying reading at the minute, I have to say. I think it's just a good way of like, getting steps in. And like my mate was like, "Nah, reading's bent." And obviously he's just being a twat, but I don't think he does read, and that's fine. I'm sure he can if he wanted to, if he just applied himself. But like I said to him, like, mate, any film you've loved, there'll be a better book, either of the film itself, by and large, usually, not always, there are some exceptions to that rule for sure, or there'll be a book of something similar, maybe not the exact thing, but the book will be better. As in the original book that became the film, there's a reason it get made into a film because the book was great. Or there's a book of a similar style that'd be great. I'm not saying that you can't, you know, therefore never watch films or TV, but what I am saying is, like, you're missing out. Like, books are fucking great.
Books get me girls. Oh, books get me.
And to be fair, I did then walk back a little bit and go, like I don't mind audiobooks. Yeah, that's fine. Because if you're a snob going, oh, that doesn't count, well, it fucking does. Okay? That's like saying having someone scoop food in your mouth doesn't count as you eating. Like, you're still eating, dickhead. I was going to tell you all about the teddy bear's picnic, and do you know, I could probably do it really quickly. I went to a teddy bear picnic with my daughter, like part of her preschool thing. They needed some helpers, and I got roped in. I think I spoke about it before, and it was fine. It was a bit like boring, ain't it?
Not for me. I like it.
There's not much for sort of both 30s is the fact, man.
Both in our 30s is the fact.
But Libertine was having a great time. She was fucking done by about 1 in the afternoon, though. She normally does mornings only, and that will obviously change in September. But by about 1, she was like, "Can we just go home?" And obviously a bit confusing for her because she's like, "We could just go." But it's like, no, come on, just stay put. There was like little activities. The first one was like a mud kitchen, which from what I could discern was just pouring loads of water on bits of mud and just slopping it about. And I'm like, we're here for 6 hours. I'd rather her shoes, legs, shorts weren't covered in mud water. Quite a long, uncomfortable day for all involved, right? Then you make these like little like medals out of these like bits of cut up wood and stuff, and there's like a little diggy bit, and there was a gazebo of a guy doing some songs who kind of did like a Michael McIntyre affected voice. She's been singing the song that's quite catchy about dancing on my leg, well, whatever the fuck. He kept teeing it up. I thought he was going to do something for the adults, do you know what I mean? Bit of Bluefoot dads. because he's like getting them to like shout out places the rat can be dancing on my leg. He dances. Don't you think it's what a really inefficient way of walking on? Why did you just skip it away? Why did you like put like on the knee on my head on the grass? I'm like, come on, mate, it's there. It's a layup. It's a fucking layup on my shoulder. Do you mean you could have just give us something, man? And then yeah, there was like police vans. Libertine wanted nothing to do with that. Oh, what, that thing that's just going to make arbitrary, really fucking loud wailing noises? Nah, I think I'm alright, actually.
How about new?
Do you want to go in the back of this really uncomfortable, big, bulky metal fucking bit of the van? No, actually, that sounds really shit. So she just came and sat with me. That's my wife was like, gosh, she's so your daughter. Because I would have just gone in there to my mates were, but you would do the exact same, wouldn't you? Just sit out. Well, yeah, I don't want to do it. I think, I don't know if I spoke about this on the pod or not. They kept being like, oh, come on, Liberty, do you want to... I don't know, she said she doesn't want to do it. She doesn't want to sit in that really uncomfortable metal box in the hot weather. And then what she might get treated to is a siren going... Well, like, no, she don't want to. Leave her to it. She's cool. She's just sat here. She's chilling. Yeah, it was all right. It was funny, though. I was a victim of some misogyny, sure. But, yeah, what they were like... Why is this one kid... I can't remember exactly how they worded it. They were like, why are you here and not Libertine's mummy? I'm like... Oh, because Libertine's mummy's at work. Why don't you go to work? I'm like, motherfucker, would you want to go? Like, West Side Story, bro.
Sup, bro? Take a swing, bro. Right here, bro.
Like, you want to throw down? My job's different, okay? So I'm free in the days. But yeah. My mummy can't come. I'm like, oh, right, okay. Like kids just want to talk to us. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. Primary school teachers, man, they need to lay the hammer down a bit more because they just do not get listened to and they just move on.
I'm in charge here. Well, if you're in charge here, how come nobody listens to you?
Like, and you need to make sure they're listening, man. But then, yeah, so then she had a graduation thing as well a couple of weeks later. You just go along. They showed you some stuff they've been learning. There's a little picnic and stuff. And it was quite funny, to be fair. Like, this... we're in the corner bit. Libertine was doing some number block stuff. And all the parents come this time. But this girl's like, mum hadn't come yet. She was coming later on. And she was like, she went to me, my daddy's got big muscles. I was like, oh, that's cool. She's like, yeah, like really big muscles. He's really big. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, he's bigger than you. I'm like, right, again, fucking West Side Story, bro.
What makes you the authority, bro? West Side Story, bro.
Like, has my mum been in touch here, getting his head, telling me he'll never fucking fit in that medium-sized Under Armour gym top? Yeah, he's got big muscles. He's like loads bigger than you. I'm like, uh-huh. That's cool. I tried to break the ice, but like, how's your new puppy? Because I know they've got a new puppy because they've brought it with them and I've chatted to her mum about it. How do you know I've got a new puppy? I'm like, your mum showed me it. She's like, yeah, it's just a bit naughty. I'm like, yeah, they always are with their puppies. She just keeps biting things. Yeah, they do that. It'll pass. She's like, yeah, we used to have another dog, but he went to heaven. I was like, oh, no. Oh, that's sad. Obviously, that I would say I sounded more sincere than that. I definitely didn't. I was like, oh, really? Oh, that's a shame. She went, yeah, he bit someone, so he had to go to heaven. I was like, fucking, oh, dear. Okay, well, heaven, you say? Right. Okay, well, if you believe in all that, probably a bit warmer, I'd imagine, than what you probably think he is right now. But yeah. Yeah, he bit someone, had to go to heaven. I'm like, okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, it was alright, man. Tell you what was fucking, like, what was jokes? Obviously, it's picnic time. I weren't eating because, like, I just eat when I get home. It's finishing, like, 1. End up not getting back until loads later because there's an incident at Bill and Ben's school. Yeah! Which I can't get into. Like, genuinely, I can't. But, yeah, some bullshit went down. It's being dealt with. But, victim, not perp, so we're all clear. And, yeah, so... postman, bear with. Oh, yeah, nearly just took post at work mine. It hands me the packages. And then I took all the envelopes underneath. I think those are some little snides, sure, of those... Arsenal are going to run this line of these like blacked out 1991 shirts. They look smart as fuck. Going to be about 90 quid new from the actual official channels. And obviously, you know, the artful dodger that I am has, you know, found his ways. Oh, that is a thing of fucking beauty, ladies and gentlemen. A thing of beauty.
That is absolutely fucking gorgeous.
Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, we're there having the picnic and stuff, and I'm not eating because I thought I was getting back at about 1. I didn't. But parents were killing me, man. And I had to respect it, sure. But like, when we're in, so you go there, they did something on the board, like a little slideshow with some photos, then you're kind of like free for an hour to go and play, go outside, you know, just follow them around like as if they were having a normal preschool day, but you're there as a parent for them to kind of share that moment with you, right? And I kind of clocked there are like parents on their phones and shit. I don't know if it's where I'm a former teacher, I just know my phone just doesn't come out in school, because obviously all sorts of child protection shit. But there are parents like on a level like genuinely just at the like scrolling reels, just like scrolling reels. I'm like, this is fucking wild. You sit down for the picnic, fucking, I hear fucking, and I turn, just cracked a massive fucking jumbo can white monster. I'm like, motherfucker, man, respect it. But like, is it just me that becomes like, well, maybe no, maybe not now at preschool. Like, why stop there? Why not crack open a can of special brew? Then I see a Red Bull. Like, I'm like, but yes, at one point this woman's just sitting there sipping fucking supping white monster, and I'm there salivating, just scrolling reels. I'm like, fucking mate, like, do you know what I mean? Like, maybe not here. Put your phone away. You know, have a bottle of Volvic or something. You know, put a bit. You get a strawberry flavoured one, fine. I'm a child, man. I would put that top on so badly. I'm gonna. Off camera, you're not fucking getting that shit for free. Okay. This is gonna be fucking lovely, mate. This is gonna be lovely.
Don't keep saying it, but...
Oh, that's the fucking stuff. Oh! Ooh! Oh! The satellite was crispy. Got 2, yeah. And I'll tell you for why. Bought 1, and then it was like the order was buffering and Brucing and Brucing, Michael and Michael in, who were, by the way, were at the World Cup doing the announcements. It's time! 90 minutes of gesticulated RGs kicking the shit out of Spaniards! And then, yeah, and then it got cancelled. Then I ordered another one, and it was buffering and buffering and buffering. Then the person originally had to cancel WhatsApped me, hello, my friend. We have more in stock. Do you still need one? I'm like, fucking yes, boy. Ordered it, tried to cancel the other one. Then that one that I cancelled miraculously got shipped the next day. So, fine, gave them a kick up the arse. I now have a backup. You know, and I'm known for sometimes having backups of clothes that I really like. When I like something, I get another one because I don't like to undo it. But then I have it in my mind. If I do undo it, I've got a new one in the wings. About 12 quid each. The battery just went down a little bit. Scrolling reels. I know I was going to... Oh, fucking hell. I know I was going to talk to you about the wedding as well. The cult wedding. There won't be time. Next week, tarantula cocks and cult weddings. Okay? And that will get covered. Because it's something I'd actually quite like to tell you about. Let's just do one quick school report. This is fucking lovely, by the way.
But...
Even if I do say so myself. And, yeah, you know... £12.50. I saw a video where they'd intercepted a massive hoard of like the snide England shirts, and they're like, well, you know, proud as punch about doing so. And it's like, first of all, you know for sure that person in the high vis is helping himself. Secondly, if you're going to charge like 70 quid for a kid's shirt or 90 quid for an adult shirt, what do you fucking expect? And it's all well and good you stopping that massive like import of them, but you could buy them in their 1s and 2s from various places and it gets shipped anyway. So... make it more cost effective, man. We're fucking struggling out here. And you want to be charging fucking 70 quid for a kid's England shirt for one tournament? Go fuck yourself.
Fuck you.
Where did we get to? We did IT last time, didn't we? Pip did a little thing, and that's like beefing with AI. I reckon Pip would come through for me if it all came to it. Did we do geography? He has studied the local area. Fucking hell, it's risky, where I grew up. He studied the local area, counting all the bullet holes in the brick wall. Brick! In the tin walls! Literally grew up in a tin house, and that's absolutely trim. The local centre and traffic survey on Saxon Street. How many spoilers, how many loud exhausts, how many uninsured drivers, how many people that are fleeing from a crime. Used the data to create graphs. He has learned to use a simple grid reference to recognise symbols of Milton Keynes on the map. He has run a weather station and used the data to create graphs on the computer. Rain mostly. I'm just watching. He has also studied world climate. Art. Okay, I'm fucking shit at art. Daniel has developed his observational skills. He has learned to create a three-dimensional effect in his drawings using light and dark shading. Do you remember that? You just draw something and then go and just smudge your finger on it and made it a bit darker. Shading, yeah? Maybe it's just me. I remember I thought I really elevated the diagrams I used to draw of my wrestlers by putting a bit of shading on one side, which is just smudging a bit of pencil. Shading. He has drawn numerous still life pictures using pencils, charcoal, pastels and chalk. He has created collages using a variety of materials from beans, seeds to tissue paper. I've just preed fucking music. Daniel enjoys singing and does it very well. Whatever. You know, sore throat. Didn't want to wake up Rob and Nancy. He has great fun composing his own music. DJ as part of a group. Doing percussion instruments. Yeah, that tracks. Indeed, he is quite successful. Able to create sound which best accompanies the words of a poem. How sweet.
A poem, how sweet.
He's also composed alone using the Momputa. Right, the last two for next week are religious education and personal social development and overall progress. Okay, but I'm looking good so far, man. You know, some say I can sing, all right? You know, and could Texas successfully, you know, do this podcast? You know, could I? Well, I think I could do what they do. Yeah, just got fucking knocked down gingered as well by two little utes, dickheads. Come on, please come back. I'd love to chase them down the road. It was the most little pussy knock as well, like this. And then run off giggling their tits off. I'll give you that one, but I will be boiling the fucking kettle, going full fucking siege mentality, hot oils pouring out the window. Little pricks. That's minor. I'll take a little knock run. You boot my door, chasing you. Barefoot. Screaming. Probably put a Scottish accent on just to really fuck you up. Let's get to my memories real quick. Fucking raw. Fucking raw! Also, because I've got like some ridiculous memory, I know exactly what the pair of them look like, so I'll see him. I'm really feel.
I'm very feel.
Right, okay then. Let's get into memories. Memories all alone in the moonlight. Sorry. Whatever. He sings. 5 years ago today, Marion. Oh, the battery is getting low. It's got one more little bit before it shits itself, though. I'm going to need someone to talk me through people who are still wearing their masks but not over their nose or mouth. Are we covering the double chins we've been growing over lockdown? Genius if so, but I need to know. Yeah. Still to this day, people walk around with masks but like under their chin. Bruv. What are you doing? Day number 2 of no COVID restrictions, and one of the boys are not allowed into school because of a positive case. It's his twin, who he shares a room with, and is literally in some sort of physical contact with 98% of the time. Absolutely fine to go in still, of course. What the fuck are we actually doing here? Yeah, he weren't allowed to go in because he was out of the, like, his bubble had a fucking doobry, but his brother is allowed to go in, who isn't in the same bubble as him, but literally basically breathes and shares the same saliva because they just don't leave each other alone. You don't breathe saliva. The word air was, required to be in there. A bit about Portugal legalising drugs or decriminalising drugs, and it was successful. Do it. Hybrid Theory, the album. What a fucking album. Correct. 10 years ago today, Amir Khan on fighting Conor McGregor. He says it would only take about a year of MMA training to be able to hold his own. Oh my God, honestly, Amir. Oh, for fuck's sake. I've done like a... Yeah, that's fucking poor form. That's just ridiculous. I would have to screen grab that and put it in.
Will your mouth still remember the taste of these nuts? Got it!
That's funny. There's a picture of Hendo with both arms working, doing a didgeridoo, and I put a status in, and will she get slammed for one cigarette? You know, because it looks like a big... Yeah.
Was it skunk?
I'm singing. While putting a wok on my head. Right, these just have to go in, man. I'll have to just clip these.
And I said, hey. I said, hey, what's going on?
That was 12 years ago. 17 years ago, Diamond W split. Diamond W split. Yeah? Sass. Just prove my point about my local area. 17 years ago, has just found out that living in adds 1,500 quid to my car insurance quotes. Absolutely trum. Absolutely trum. I put a different fucking postcode in and it was about 900 quid. Put in my postcode, it was like $2,500. Fucking cheers. Do you know what I did? I went to live with my nan for a week, used her postcode, paid the premium in full, then moved home, called up and went, hey, I've moved now. They don't want to lose all your fucking money. So they then came back with a new price that weren't $2,500. It was about 1.5. Sure. But to insure my nan's, you know, it just, you know.
So, you faked.
Briefly living with your nan to get cheaper car insurance.
Oh no. See you later.
I am basically, whatchamacallit, Money Supermarket Extra Dewberry fucking Mafirkin. Miwa Sutin.
Sutin.
And that's going to be mostly it. Next week, weddings, cult weddings and tarantula cocks. I'm going to go boil the kettle and start heating up the oils for the siege I'm about to be a part of. Thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe, tell your mates. Yeah, I think we mostly covered it. There wasn't really a Megan. Maybe the Megan scrolling reels and banging monsters in a preschool. Although, I can't bring myself to make it the Megan because part of me respects it. A big part, most of me, I respect it. I was jealous. What could be the Megan? What can be the Megan? I don't know, because I don't really like to complain on my podcast. It's hard to know. Megan can be car insurance, because it's a fucking con anyway, because you have your car insured for a year, don't crash, don't use it, and then you build up those years and it's worth dick. They are just pocketing your cash and it's bullshit.
Excuse me, Megan? That behaviour's unacceptable. I don't like it.
Okay? Shut up then.